hands up in the air.
Alright, this is take 2 because the first time I rambled way too long about the gameplay. You guys don't want to hear me just sitting talking to you for like literally 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes long. I'll just speedrun this compared to last time. We're getting in here at the very start. It starts right away. It has a black orb that close, like literally a pictosecond, like after the level starts. Why? It is so abrupt. I don't get it. It made me die there a long time. It just doesn't really work. I want build up, right? And I didn't really get that here. Another thing where you have to hold to avoid that dash orb on the block. This is the only time that mechanic's ever used. Something you'll notice in this level is it just lacks a lot of core gameplay aspects that I thought were like just things that you learn with time. Obviously he's going to keep making levels, he's going to get better at it, but like I'm just shocked at the amount of like very normal things that I would expect that aren't in this level. Like there's no reoccurring gameplay theme except for maybe the waves and the drop happening over and over again. 2%, that blue orb right there, you have to time it late. You can't hit that immediately or else you completely miss the portal or you die after hitting the portal. But the thing is, there's no spike making you hit it late. There's a spike right next to the right side of the blue orb, making it so you have to hit it earlier. Like, it doesn't make sense. The structure and the timing contradict each other. It doesn't flow well. It just doesn't really, you know, and I'm not going to go into every detail of this because I would be here for, again, like 10 minutes, but that's the type of things I've noticed throughout the level. It syncs kind of well. It doesn't sync really well, but it syncs kind of well, and that's already more than most creators do, so I'll give them credit for that. It syncs kind of well. There's no really major annoyances, though. All these parts at the beginning get really consistent, including the spider ball, and then the robot, and then the UFO before the drop. It's all surprisingly easier than the drop, too. The drop's definitely the hardest part because of those waves. Another thing I found really funny is the amount of shakes in this level. If you look at anybody else's video or like a showcase of it with shakes on, the shakes in this level are abysmal. They are atrocious. I had shakes turned off by complete accident because I think I was playing a different level and they were really bad or something like that. But I am very glad I had them off by accident because I would not have wanted to deal with them. I think I would have turned them off intentionally for this, and I don't even like doing that. Coming over to the waves and the drop, they're really hard. They are hard. These are the hardest parts of the level, the waves, definitely. The second half's pretty hard. It didn't really get nearly as consistent as the first half. Some of them are a bit awkward, but you kind of just get used to it. I have literally nothing to say about the rest of the drop. This saw here at 76 killed me so many times. Oh my god. You have to hit it so late there, and it's really annoying. Into a hard wave, like into other stuff, it's not really that bad. Past that, there's nothing really to complain about, except I died at 97 for not finishing a practice run and not knowing there were 3 jumps there at the very end. That was actually just the most tragic thing imaginable, I think. Moving on to the deco, I spent way too long on gameplay. On the deco, it's just fine. I got nothing to say about it. It fits the theme for the first few parts, like the ancient Egyptian type deal, and then when the song completely abandons it because the song is not really so great, when the song completely abandons it for the drop, it also kind of completely abandons that ancient Egyptian theme, which is, I think, makes the level better. And when it does go back to it for that little interlude between the 2 parts of the drop, it does return to that style of deco. I just think the deco is neat. There's nothing really to say about it. It's not exceptional, but it's definitely good. It's definitely better than I could do. A few other things about this level, though, that I think are really funny. It got an insane, massive, unannounced buff date, like, months ago, I'm pretty sure. It came out, and it was always Extreme Demon, but then people were like, oh shit, this might be insanely easy for an Extreme Demon. And the creator was probably like, well, I still want it to be Extreme, so he buffed, like, every other click. And by every other click, I mean literally every other click. There are, like, 20 instances I could find. I'll just be flashing them on screen now. Main offenders being that one goddamn saw at 76 that I was talking about. Damn, that one blows. But yeah, nothing else to say about it. I was on the gameplay for a really long time for this one, just because I'm a gameplay guy and I actually know how to criticize that. But that was it. My voice is feeling not so good because I think I have a cold. I don't know. I'm gonna make myself jello later tonight. Hopefully that'll do something about it. Anyways, I hope you guys had a good one. Yeah. No, I got nothing else to say, so